purple hue drip escapes my chin, streaming towards the lake where unicorn and dragon drink. I accept my fate, sink the quicksand with the dust that roar, 'cause I am one. I am one. I am one.
Haha, hello everybody. It's Winging It with Heidi Rose, and welcome back, and thank you for joining me. And it's the eve of Hallows Eve today, and since I don't do my show on Friday, we're going to talk a little bit about the Halloweeny things. So, obviously, you know Francis Brady by now if you've checked in with me before, and his song Crawl that I love, of course. And of course we're going to play that one because it's about ghosts. I'm going to still take submissions, so if you're listening right now and you want to be on the air and you have a song or a poem or something that is ghastly and ghouly and you want to have it played or read by me, then please submit it to me. You can submit it through Facebook or Instagram or whatever. My email, you don't know my phone number. I'm not giving that out. I'm sorry. There's just been too much crazy stuff happening these days, and I'm just not giving it out. Okay, so obviously I started out with my poem that is read over Sean Costello's music. Dimension. I believe it's Dimension. Isn't it Dimension? It's Dimension, right? Right. No. I don't know which one that one is. Is it? I don't know what it's called. It's just music and poetry. That's what it's called. And Sean Costello, you know, I adore and love and can't wait to write some lyrics to his instrumental piece that I have that has disappeared again from my playlist. Interesting. I'll have to add that again because I know I'm going to play it again. And hopefully the next time I play it, though, it'll be with lyrics and me singing because I know you guys want to hear it, don't you? Okay, let's just pretend that you do. Anyway, so Francis Brady Crawl is next while you guys think about sending me stuff that you want me to play on air. And also, you know, keep in mind that we're celebrating Halloween tomorrow, and keep in mind the history of Halloween because I'm actually going to be educating you a little bit today, and I'm going to be talking about that later. But here we go, Francis Brady Crawl.
Have to stay out of sight. Oh, lover, I'm staying here with you, but you don't know who I am. These secrets are secrets, these thoughts in my mind. Don't ask me what I'm thinking, these dreams are all mine, so I tell these lies to you. The truth out of sight. I know you know I am here. I can feel you feeling my stare. But my eyes get weak for I weep while you sleep. And it gives me a less radiant glare. I gave up the ghost, you gave me a rose, I gave you my love, now I'm at your house, watching you through the window. My lover, my wife, my widow, and I call to you in the night, and I cry 'cause you're not by my side. I crawl to you, but I make your skin crawl, so I have to stay out of sight. So I have to stay out of sight. So I have to stay out of sight.
And there you have it. Frances Brady Kroll gets you in the Halloween mood, does it not? It always reminds me of The Sixth Sense, really, truly. I mean, how can it not, right? But anyway, so it's Halloweenish time. And I have requested that people submit some Halloween sort of themed poetry. And it doesn't just have to be nasty and dark, because if you know the history of Halloween, it was actually a Celtic tradition. It came from the, the pagan cultures in Ireland and such. So I actually did bring up a history. This is from the American Folklife Center. It is www.loc.gov, folklifehalloween.html. It's written by Jack Santino. So I'm just going to give you a few little insights into Halloween's history through this. I didn't do an extensive amount of research. I mean, I've already done my research, people. You can do your own. But basically, if you want to submit poetry and music to me that has a Halloween theme, you can also date it pagan and their actual Festival of the Dead. You don't have to do the post-Christian conversion of the pagan tradition if you don't want to. Either one is good with me. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably still play it if it's good music. I'll still play it next week. But yeah, anyway, it was just something to inspire you if you had anything to give to me. But so Samhain, that was the festival observed, and the Christian missionaries wanted to change the religious practices of the Celtic. The Boston Celtics. No, of the Celtic people. And so this was in the early centuries of the first millennium. They've been practicing this elaborate religion of the pagan religion of the Celtic people. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to read fast here. Don't mind me. My highlights weren't perfect. So anyway, you know, the Druids, oh, they're going to build a henge and all of that, you know. So it was in 601 AD that Pope Gregory I told the missionaries to try to use the native people's beliefs in order to get them to convert to Christianity. So, for example, if people worship a tree, instead of cutting down the tree, consecrate it to Christ and allow its continued worship. Oi! So basically they just were like, we're going to convert them by confusing all of them. But the Celtic festival, I'm going to keep doing that for Boston, thank you. The Celtic Festival of the Dead, it was a celebration of those who passed. It was about souls. It was about spirit. It also took into account, it was a day that that some of our creatures that live beyond the veil, like fairies and such, were present with us. It was a day. It was a day of feasting and celebration, and helping those people travel on to their next step and get off the earth. Halloween came out of that conversion to Christianity. It continued, and it was called All Hallows Day, on All Saints' Day. And so All Hallows Eve was the time of the wandering dead. And the Christians said, oh, it's evil, they're evil, their souls wandering, it's evil, they're obviously evil. And so it changed it to being a holiday about fear instead of a holiday in celebration. Now, I think now with people in our mixed culture have sort of broken out of the fear a little bit. So we're not so much absorbed in the fear of it, but at the same time it is a time when those people with very dark views of the world like to put out a lot of fake dismembered body parts and lots of blood and be zombies and all of that. But, you know, if you go back into history, you'll realize that it's not an evil day. It's a day of celebration. So just keep that in mind here as we go through. And now, since you adore hearing my voice and that lovely history of Halloween that I've given you, quick history, I'm going to read a poem by Lady Wild Alice. You know, she's one of my resident poets. And she has one that's a bit geared towards this Halloween thing. So we're going to read that one for her. It's called Feast. Paths led steep down the bloodied hill, where broken creatures lay, beneath two spheres of misted blue that glowed down on the day. The battle raged for centuries between the Irks and Ires, as winds and skies were filled with smoke from carcasses on fire. A pall held tight the stilted air that crept along the ground to suffocate all movement and to swallow every sound. The tentacles of Venus vines snatched all those unaware who strayed to close within their reach. Death's stench dripped everywhere. Whilst from an overlooking place he stood, the carnage watched, awaiting with his braken sword to add another notch upon the living hilt wrapped hard within clawed talons green. His rasping scales wrapped tight in blackest wings 'twere ever seen. Eyes bloodied red and piercing pose stared from his broken face. A slimy tongue flicked hungrily yesterday's bloody trace from out the corner of the beak that ripped and tore its prey. He stood and waited, his need unsated, his love of death to play. Now hour hath come as heartbeats still, last irk, last ire have spent their wills upon the battleground broken lay, to be his feast at end of day. And so, unfurling wings to wind that blows now, cold devoid of pain, he glides the breeze, iced soul enthralled, to take them, one and all. Wahahahahaha. Did that feel Halloweeny? Are you in the mood? Are you watching horror flicks? I'm not a fan of horror flicks. I don't know if you know much about me, if you've been listening in very often, but I'm really not a fan. of the death and destruction and horror. And it's odd to me that it's become such an obsession with so many people. I'm not exactly clear of the psychology of it. My bent is more along the light and joyful things. I feel that if you exude positivity, then positivity will find you. And I think it's something that I try to do. I mean, obviously, I'm not happy all the damn time. Sheesh. I can't be happy all the damn time. I have the full range of human emotion. I get angry, like when I got angry at my roommates and had to evict them because I think my roommate was a sociopath, and her husband, I don't know if he was too, if he just hit it better, but at least one half was. So, yes, I fear their retaliation. I don't know if it'll continue, if they'll keep trying to get at me in some way. It's a bit scary. It's a bit of a psychological thriller themed feeling lately, yeah, with kicking them out. But hopefully things will just die down and they'll forget about it or move on or not hold a grudge, whatever it is. But who knows? Who knows when you're dealing with crazy people? Speaking of crazy, sometimes fear can make you crazy, or the extreme fears show that you are crazy. And I found a list of unusual phobias, and I thought it sort of applied because, we're talking about Halloween and stuff. So, haphophobia. Haphophobia. A morbid fear of being touched. It's spelled H-A-P-H-E and then phobia. A morbid fear of being touched. Maybe it's an OCD thing, I don't know. They don't really explain too much. Doraphobia. The dread of touching the skin or fur of an animal. That also sounds OCD. There are a bunch of OCDers out there. Get out the Lysol! Eremophobia. The morbid dread of being alone. Eremophobia. I think that's a phobia that maybe a lot of people share, honestly. Don't you think? I think a lot of people are afraid of being alone. I don't know if that's crazy or not. Ew, getting scared releases adrenaline. Thank you, Kyle. My friend Kyle, he's listening in with us. Yes, it's true, it does. And it makes you want to, it's either the fight or flight response when you fear something. Like when you get an animal trapped in a corner, it's going to try to fight you because it can't fly. Can't go anywhere. Oh, I think a lot of us have this one too. Ergophobia. Ergophobia. E-R-G-O, phobia. A fear of or aversion to work. Oh, I'm sure a lot of you share that one. Don't you? How about hypnophobia? The morbid fear of sleep. That would be terrible. Do you know how terrible it would be to fear sleep? Oh my gosh. So you try to stay awake and then you end up going crazy because you've been awake for too long, and oh my gosh. That's terrible. We can't deal with that. You must sleep, people. I wonder how you get people out of that fear. I wonder if anybody's ever died of that fear. I can't imagine you can live very long without some kind of rest. How about brontophobia? An abnormal fear of thunder. Did that scare anybody? Did that sound like thunder? Huh? Anyone? Okay. Brontophobia. Do you have brontophobia? And then, of course, that was a Greek word that means thunder, bronto. So then the brontosaurus, because he was so big. He made thunderous sounds, I'm sure. Okay, so how about this one that's going to be a little more difficult to pronounce than the others? Kakorhaphiophobia. Kakorhaphiophobia. An abnormal fear of failure. an abnormal fear of failure. So I wonder if that means that you don't start anything because you're so afraid of actually failing if you start anything. Don't be afraid of failing. Failure leads to success. Well, because of the lessons you learn. You know, you've heard that before. The road to success is fraught with failure. It's okay. You fail and you get back up and you keep going and you go again. That's what you do. That is what you do. Ophidiophobia, an abnormal fear of snakes. I know people who have that as well. Ophidiophobia, I mean, deathly afraid of snakes. Taphophobia, fear of being buried alive. Now, not that I obsess about this, but yeah, that's definitely fear. Like, I would not want to be buried alive. I think I'm claustrophobic a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this to all these people out there, because people are going to try to freak me out and, like, stick me in a closet. Don't do that. I don't like to be scared. Phobophobia, an excessive fear of acquiring a phobia. That one's good. Phobophobia. I'm scared that I might be scared of something. Oh my God! Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's weird. How do you live like that? Don't live like that. Don't be like that. Don't be those people. Okay. Okay, good. All right. Are we good? Wasn't that lovely, though? Okay, it's time for more music. It's time for more music. And, of course, you know all of my artists, and I have them in rotation, and they're lovely. And the next one I'm going to play is Robert Zander and his Danza Macabra.
Drop it low, let me get some more. As I felt the flow rush from my lungs on the microphone. I smoked so much shit, my arms will get you high quick. I'd grab the bottle faster than a fucking kid, cause I got almost next to nothing to lose. So I spin loose, grab the boots and leave on cue. I got a fake gold-banded Rolex watch, and I use Lady Races to shave my crotch. Back off, kid, cause I'm from the streets. Trust me, you don't wanna see me get mean. If you're looking for trouble, you ain't got the cause. There ain't no point in acting on. Back off, kid, I'm about to explode. Like a tire under pressure, I'm about to blow. If you're looking for trouble, you ain't got the cause. So there ain't no point in acting on. I got nowhere to go, sleeping under a bridge. So back off, you don't want none of this, kid. I'll slice you up, I don't give a fuck. My rhymes are on time because I skill my luck. With nothing to do but practice, I have this, it's madness. You don't need another blast, kid. Out on the corner with the Sadie Mac. All of bitch sounds about me out there like crack. Trying to make a living on these mean ass streets. Making beats, busting flows, even in my sleep like a natural. With a bunch of bad habits. Back that again, oh well, shit happens. Sometimes I roll 20 songs on this album. Girls say I'm cute like Richie Dallas. I don't think about a man, don't even start. Oh, take your motherfucking soul apart. Don't test me unless you wanna see who's faster. I'm coming at your skull with a fucking hammer. So get out the way, bitch, or I'll the shot. See what you get with all the shit that you talk. I'll rip out your organ one after another. What you know about sadness? I'm a bad motherfucker. Getting tipsy on rum, scotch, and whiskey. Women to my lady wondered if she'll miss me. Back off, kid, cause I'm from the streets. Trust me, you don't wanna see me get mean. If you're looking for trouble, you ain't gotta look far. So there ain't no point in acting hard. Back off, kid, I'm about to explode. Like a tire under pressure, I'm about to blow. If you're looking for trouble, you ain't gotta look far. So there ain't no point in acting hard. Back off, kid, cause I'm from the streets. Trust me, you don't wanna see me get mean. If you're looking for trouble, you ain't gotta look far. So there ain't no point in acting hard. Back off, kid, I'm about to explode. Like a tire under pressure, I'm about to blow. If you're looking for trouble, you ain't gotta look far. So there ain't no point in acting hard.
Ah, yes, there he was, Robert Zander with Danza Macabre. He is still performing, y'all. I think tonight he's down in Pueblo, so you can check him out if you are going to be around. And hear Mr. Zander and stuff. So, you know, I've got this new group, you know, that are in my rotation now, and they're from across the pond. They're from the UK. And I don't know if you've listened before, you know I'm kind of crazy about it. I like it so much. Oh my gosh. And they're new, you know. They're new and fresh. And we like that on the radio, don't we? So I'm going to play some Night Movements for you, darling.
Eyes are blue, buzzing, niggas
dungeon of despair. Prisoners grumble and kiss their clothes, scratch their matted hair. A tiny light from a window hole 100 yards away is all they ever get to know about the regular life in the day.
Lean too often this life is being wasted. I couldn't give a fuck about nothing, I'm always blazing. I'm fed up with this bullshit life, I'm frustrated. No regard for any emotion and that's blatant. So my amazement, I've never been locked up. I'm sniffing so much, my nasal passage is blocked. Am I dead or alive, or is it dying of wine? Is it a sin or a crime, or is it lying and blind? Crush the floor before reserve, no space for breathing. Thoughts stacking up until they're hitting the ceiling. Smoking on the weed till I'm feeling no feelings. Getting twisted every day, it seems so appealing. To these demons, I'm always giving it. Need to break out this hell I'm caged in. Enraged with this pain and encased with sin. I need to take flight and look back to where I've been. Frustrated, trying to live my life, trying to figure out what's wrong, what's right. Frustrated, trying to live my life, trying to figure out what's wrong, what's right. Frustrated, trapped in this life, trying to figure out what's wrong, what's right. Frustrated, trying to live my life, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong, what's right.
Lives are good, but in his dungeon of despair. Prisoners grumble and kiss their clothes, scratch their matted hair. A tiny light from a window hole 100 yards away is all they ever get to know about the regular life in the day.
Yo, I'm frustrated. It's hard to keep my head up when it's this heavy. I find it hard to get up. I'm a stubborn motherfucker, so you know I'll never let up. Positive energy battling with being fed up, cause I'm stressed out. Headline receding. Time passed me by, my life needs a reason. If I get one kill, it'll turn to killing season. Mine's got location and known the missing legion. Miss my rent check, miss every other payment needed. That's why I'm stressed out, forever stay weeding. That's why I'm blazed and I always will need it. Fuck your opinion, you should know I don't seek it. I got this far on my own, don't need a reason. Want an honest answer, yeah, I'm down for treason. Find us hanging at the gallows, mistreated. We walked the wrong path while you follow misleaded. I'm frustrated. I'm trying to live my life, trying to figure out what's wrong and right, cause I'm frustrated. Just trying to live my life, trying to figure out what's wrong and right. I'm frustrated. Trying to live my life, trying to figure out what's wrong and right, cause I'm frustrated. Just trying to live my life, trying to figure out what's wrong, what's right.
Lives are good, but in his dungeon of despair. Prisoners grumble and kiss their clothes, scratch their matted hair. A tiny light from a window hole 100 yards away is all they ever get to know about the regular life in the day.
Like my clothes on the red light, becoming frustrated. Getting faded, they fading things stress related. Prosium shots, all emotions they sedated. Wonderful world, now that shit's overrated. Cause my head's messed up just like my morning hair. Like sunny days in Britain, good days are very rare. Devils in my view, I can't help but stare. In the belly of the beast is where I made my lair. Moving up the ladder, snakes bringing me down. Life's a game, but you can't play around. Trying to stack high before I'm down in the ground. Looking for a pot of gold is never to be found. But life ain't easy, at times it's complicated. Every day's a lesson, trying to be educated. Learning life lessons, they're getting updated. Keep failing, now I'm feeling frustrated. Trying to live my life, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong, what's right. I'm frustrated. I'm trying to live my life, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong, what's right. I'm frustrated. Trying to live my life, trying to figure out what's wrong, what's right. I'm frustrated. Trying to live my life, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong, what's right.
Lives are good, but in his dungeon of despair. Prisoners grumble and kiss their clothes, scratch their matted hair. A tiny light from a window hole 100 yards away is all they ever get to know about the regular life in the day.
I just love it. They do such a good job, really. I mean, I know that rap music kind of started here in the U.S. and it was, you know, it was sort of owned. It was owned by a particular culture and in a particular time. But I think I don't know, I love the way that it breaks out. I love the way that it travels, and I love the way that others interpret it and get on the train and do their own hip-hop and rap music and really add to it. And I don't see it as stealing. I know that people are kind of, some people get aggravated by it. I see it as being inspired. It's like when you got 8 legs and you like something. So being inspired by other people. As artists and poets and writers and musicians and etc., we are inspired by others, always, constantly. We are never alone. We are never alone. We are never totally isolated. We have music in our ears. We have eyes to see. We're never isolated, and we can't help but be influenced by what appeals to us, by what we consider beautiful. So it's that Halloween mood today. Everybody's starting to get a little freaky. I know some of my friends are going to the Rocky Horror Picture Show in garb. Oh my gosh. One of my friends in garb. Oh my gosh. I'm sure he's going to look amazing as a crazy transvestite. That happens. So what? It does. It happens. Crazy transvestite cross-dressing happens. Good then. I have a lot of good musicians, artists from rap, hip-hop, sort of R&B sounding, and then of course Robert Zander and his death pop. Death pop! He needs to get that, what do you call that? Yeah, copyrighted? Copywritten for himself. So that it can be applied only to him. Nobody else can do it. Robert Zander and his death pop. He's got it covered. He's got it. It's all his. Because what if that breaks out? Now, he wants it to break out. I'm sure he wants it to break out. Yeah, He wants to be the father of a musical movement. I'm sure of it. But anyway, so we're on to some Spirit Well now, and his song, Gravaman. Oh, I can't wait. Oh my gosh. Spirit Well. You guys, you will be listening to this because you know how much I love Spirit Well as well. Oh my god. Oh, check out his album. He's got an album. You can download it. You can also purchase it in an actual album form. Go to www.spiritwellmusic.com. Also hit him up on Facebook. And yeah, like his page. Spread the word. He's got some good sounds. And I'm about to play some for you.
You came along, but I never felt
lovely. Thank you, Spirit Well. Lovely, lovely. I'm going to have to play parentheses later. I think so. I think it's going to happen. But let's see. Where do you want to go from here? I think I'm going to read y'all another poem. This time, I'm going to read you Sylvia Plath, and I think you'll find it fitting for this time of year. I don't know if any of you know anything about Sylvia Plath, but she was downright crazy. But she made some wonderful poetry in the meantime, before her untimely death. Yes, she did. So here we go, with Lady Lazarus. Do you know Lady Lazarus? Well, you're about to find out. I have done it again. 1 year in every 10 I manage it. A sort of walking miracle, my skin bright as a Nazi lampshade, my right foot a paperweight, my face a featureless fine Jew linen. Peel off the napkin, O my enemy. Do I terrify? The nose, the eye pits, the full set of teeth, the sour breath will vanish in a day. Soon the flesh, the grave cave ate, will be at home on me. And I, a smiling woman, I am only 30, and like the cat, I have 9 times to die. This is number 3. What a trash to annihilate each decade. What a million filaments. The peanut-crunching crowd shoves in to see them unwrap me hand and foot. The big striptease. Gentlemen, ladies, these are my hands, my knees. I may be skin and bone, nevertheless, I am the same identical woman. The first time it happened I was 10. It was an accident. The second time I meant to last it out and not come back at all. I rocked shut as a seashell. They had to call and pick the worms off me like sticky pearls. Dying is an art like everything else. I do it exceptionally well. I do it so it feels like hell. I do it so it feels real. I guess you could say I've a call. It's easy enough to do it in a cell. It's easy enough to do it and stay put. It's the theatrical come back in broad day to the same place, the same face, the same brute, amused shout. A miracle that knocks me out. There is a charge for the eyeing of my scars. There is a charge for the hearing of my heart. It really goes. And there is a charge, a very large charge, for a word or a touch, or a bit of blood, or a piece of my hair or my clothes. So, doctor, so, enemy. I am your opus. I am your valuable, the pure gold baby that melts to a shriek. I turn and burn. Do not think I underestimate your great concern. Ash, you poke and stir. Flesh, bone, there is nothing there. A cake of soap, a wedding ring, a gold filling. God, Lucifer, beware. Out of the ash I rise with my red hair, and I eat men like air. She's pretty good, huh? Come on. She's still celebrated to this day, I tell you. And there is none other than one of my own poets that you've heard here before, Michael Russell, that also celebrates much like her. Anyway, he's a bit on the darker end of things. Now, I've got a couple poems from him. He has Beyond My Reach, Chowder's Home, and Like Anne Sexton. Now, Like Anne Sexton is one that always reminds me of Sylvia Plath. So even though he's supposed to be like Anne Sexton, here he is, bringing out the spirit of Sylvia Plath for me. But let's play that one, and you can tell me what you think.
Like Anne Sexton. Even without wars, life is dangerous. Anne Sexton. It's time. The last battle is upon me. I've eaten my final meal with friends, family. The house is clean, the poems are finished, the letters typed and ready, tucked in their envelopes. I crawl into the skin of my mother's fur coat. It is so, so heavy, like armor on my tired body. I pour myself a drink, vodka and cranberry, and let it sizzle in my chest. I take out the earrings from my left ear, cup them in my hand, then let them fall like meteors to the floor. I want to be naked, unadorned like a tree in winter. I am a tree in winter. I walk to the garage, my step wooden and arthritic. This is the battlefield, the place where I'll end my life. The neighbors, quiet in their routines, salute my bravery. They do not know the darkness, the sleepless nights, the bloody struggle of razor to wrist, that dangerous kiss that pulls you in like a mad lover. They go on smiling like dolls when there is nothing to smile about. I lock the garage and settle into the front seat of my mother's Ford. I start the ignition. My hopes and dreams an echo of what they used to be. I try to sleep as the carbon soaks into me. I am a sponge for this death, this theatrical finale.
Okay, yes, no? Sylvia Plath? Okay. I hear it. But, you know, I know it's called Lycan Sexton. I'm there. I get it. All right. Just leave me alone in my free association, okay? So, we're going to play a little bit more música, por favor. And I think I'm going to go back to some Francis Brady, and we're going to do his song, Fly on the Wall. Here we go.
Skinny little faces, and in the cracks and crevices, and in the skinny places, they say surprise, surprise, they shake them tiny thighs, look into my sunken eyes, and listen close without surprise, and the fly on the wall. Well, ask me what I've seen, and then I'll tell you I've seen it all, and the fly. I'm the man, you situation, from government laws to the lonely masturbation and the lust and the temptation of it all. Ask me what I've seen and then I'll tell you I've seen it all. I'm the fly. I'm the man, you know. Well, I am the angel in disguise. Tip my shoulders to prevent demise. Listen to me for I'm wise and listen close to the surprise. I am the fly on the wall. Ask me what I've seen and then I'll tell you I've seen it all. I'm the fly on the wall. I'm the man in the
All right, there we have Frances Brady and Fly on the Wall. Oh no. Oh no. The little blue thing is twirling in front of me. It makes me think we're going to crash. Are we crashing? Don't crash. Stay. 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 Huh? Darn it. I've lost it. So if you're listening to this, then you're listening to my YouTube video that I posted after the fact as my program crashes. Lovely. That's why they're going to call me DJ Technical Difficulties when I start mixing and stuff. Are we back? I'm back! Did you miss me? Sorry about that. So, good then. That's me. Technical difficulties. My apologies. But here I am. Here I am. Goody. Goody. Mas Musica? Yeah, see? How about Joe Sorensen? I don't know if you were here last week and listening in, but I played a song by Joe Sorensen called All That I've Done Wrong. And he, I believe, was standing out in the field playing guitar on this one. So I'm going to play this one for you again.
I'd ask what I've done wrong, but known it all wrong. All the nights I called and called after tipping back the bottle too damn long. I get what I deserve, just what I've earned. Silence on the line, but this bold lack of words. Hangover hurts, cause I drank you like wine. And now I find I can't survive the time alone, that's just my mind. You were my one lifeline, the one I'd shine so I could stay alive. But you got to do you revitalize. From all I put you through, I only hope in time that I can find a way to change my life and prove to you I'm more than all that I've done wrong. That day they showed me you, I knew us two would get along just fine. Like me, what eyes can see is just a dime of all you got inside. I pushed it right inside to love on all the things you'd rather hide. But I tried 5 more times than you would like, so I got left behind. And now I find I can't survive the time alone with just my mind. You were my one lifeline, the one I shine so I could stay alive. But you got to do you revitalize. From all I put you through, I only hope in time that I can find a way to change my life and prove to you I'm more than all that I've done. Wrong is the word I use when I think of how it's played out. Wrong, I never wanted this, you just time to let the pain out. Wrong, that the only thing holding us like string is the song you hear me sing. Wrong, that when the song runs out you will try to see there's so much more to me. Well, maybe I've been the one who's blind. Maybe I should try to find a new lifeline. Cause I tried and tried to break the walls between the in and the outside. To build a house on more than hurt, paint the walls every color we could find. But all the books I'd read, the things you'd each just never could alive. And when your strength ran thin, the words dried up, the house began to die. So now I lie, just bide my time, and hope I'll find a stronger tie. So now I lie and just bide my time, and hope I'll find a stronger tie. Well, maybe now I should let this die, because you'll never see I'm more than all that I've done wrong.
Bam. I'm more than all I've done wrong. That's good. I like that. That's a good line. You know, when you hear music and you pick out a couple phrases that stick out, I bet you guys know a poem by Edgar Allan Poe where a couple phrases stick out. For example, the raven. Yeah? Huh? Come on, you know it. I'm not going to read the whole thing, because I don't know if you know how long this poem is, but it's a good many stanzas. It's a very nice story. But I thought, you know, we have to read some Poe today. Of course, if I'm going to be celebrating Halloween and the darkness and all of that, then I guess we should be reading some Poe, you know. So the Raven. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of some one gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, "tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more." Ah! Distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here for evermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my..." Entrance? Good. Let me back up. "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I open wide the door, darkness there and nothing more." Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore?" This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore!" Merely this and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see, then, what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mine of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird, beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore, "Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marvelled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such name as Nevermore. Nevermore! The Raven. You know that poem. If you're listening to me, you must know it. You must know it. It's lovely. I do like Edgar Allan Poe. I don't like the dark and dreary. I don't dwell there, but I can appreciate it. There are movies that I can watch that are very scary, and they're very dark, and I appreciate that they were well made and well directed, and the cinematography and such. But oftentimes I cannot watch them again, though they seem to replay in my head at times, which, of course, I don't prefer. Too bad for me, I guess. But in any case, back to some music for all of you, and I'm going to play some more Robert Zander for you. We got some Cannonball.
Never seem to care. Don't twist my words around. Shall we find all the time with all making love? All I want was you and everything in between. I wanna give you the world and tell you what I see, but now we're both falling into that trap. And I can't cut this down. I want you so bad, and I can't get these words past through my lips. Even though I wanted to, I felt good at you. You're incredible. Oh, you're incredible. Oh, you're incredible. Oh, no one ever told me just how hard it was. I was never warned about falling back in love. I don't wanna think about what could have been. What if we never met? Where the fuck would I be? Now we're both falling into that trap. And I can't get this out. Oh, I want you so bad. And I can't get these words to pass through my lips. And even though I wanted to, I wasn't ready for you. You're incredible. Oh, you're incredible. Oh, you're incredible. Oh, now I'm falling apart. I know we should have been together after does it really matter? Now I'm under control, waiting for something to happen. I can't feel it's getting so bad. Now we're both falling into that trap. And I can't get it out, though I want you so bad. And I can't get these words to pass through my lips. Even though I wanted to, I wasn't real at you. You're incredible. Oh, you're incredible. Oh, you're incredible. Oh, you're incredible.
Woo! Some Cannonball by Robert Zander. He just played live recently, and if you're on his Facebook page, which I'm sure he would appreciate you adding him, because that's how he spreads the word about his music and where he's going to play and all that, you can definitely look him up on Facebook under Robert Zander. Zander with a Z, Z-A-N-D-E-R. So check him out. He has a video posted of him playing live, so you can see how he does, you know. Yeah. He worked it. I'm telling you, he worked it. So, we're going to go back to Night Movements, and I'm going to play their other song, What We Reppin'. And I'm going to get new music from Night Movements, by the way, so stay tuned for that. Listen to me next week, maybe the week after. I'm not sure. He's in school, and he's busy, so I'm getting new music. Darn it. It just may take a minute. But yeah, Night Movements, What We Reppin'.
So what we reppin', it's Night Movements, the cruise ship land, bowel movements, about endorsement, about investment, the cruise useless, we see through this, straight ruthless, I get ill, man, I stay lean, smoke more trees than side pillow, straight bill, continuously keep puffing, I'ma smoke weed till I die, it ain't nothing, with that said, move forward on the set, instead of mesh, yes, gone, run the place red, smoke the sense, I got the mesh trees to blow up your head, hey, so now you neck and let the bass inject. You could never dream of defeating us. We ain't tuppence. You can't leech off us. Stepping on the raver, man, a reek a butt. You know we stay buzzing like bees and such. High grade, we placed around the seeds and dust. Weeds a must. Coffee when the fields are bust, healing us. Can't you see we're real as fuck? Yeah, that's the flow that they steal from us. So what we reppin'? It's Night Movements, the cruise ship land, bowel movements, about endorsement, about investment. The cruise useless. We see through this.
I spit lyrical mercury, you're more like Freddie Mercury. Verbally knowing he can murder me, cause urgency. As I spit an MC vertically, surgically. Emergency, yes, like emergency. Battle me, I'll turn the tables with my techniques. I kill beats, skin a mic like the streets. Get the crowds on the feet. Dish defeats, till your team decrease, depletes. Folded like a crease, no cease or no peace. Just a piece of warfare, NMS no warfare. From town we war there, the night moving nightmare beware. Fuck you cold stare, you get hit with a chair for trying to block me on success is there. Rare that you could ever beat or smash you with the words of focus. You go focus, you just stop the hostess. Unleashed on the microphone, blows and shoulders. My rucksack carries two enormous boulders.
So what we reppin'? It's Night Movements, the cruise ship land, bowel movements, about endorsement, about investment. The cruise useless. We see through this.
Check the metaphor, swords big enough to wet a horse. Better get indoors, man, I'm spitting with Beretta force. We rep a course, settle scores, pray for better shores. Yo, we getting ours, motherfucker, hope you're getting yours. We men of war, sticky strategies you ever saw. Bitches going crazy like they're going through the menopause. Pedal doors, no regard for either feather law. Dunny duck, oh shit, words are beautiful like Celador. It's NMS, get ready for blast off. We had a little break, now we're taking a cast off. Our bars hard, your man soft, your faggots, your prance off. You probably settle scores with a dance off. Come call us a failure, got fans in Australia. Behold the pale rider like Vlad, I'll impel ya. Got work, so the yard full of paraphernalia. Stop thinking you're smooth on the tracks, I'll derail ya.
So what we reppin'? It's Night Movements, the cruise ship land, bowel movements, about endorsement, about investment. The cruise useless. We see through this.
My cursive vices make a judge your vice trip. Service houses and you're in the white speak. My force will hit and split a fork from psyche runners. False God's worship, judges finally still out. Streets are filled with all the wifeless person. Modders, fat cats, 10k curtain purchase now. Not working system failure lurking. Greed soon greets the streets and we're working. Paranoia deep, runs up to the surface. Team can mark up the rest of wordsmiths. Poetry in motion, first above this. There's no collective, there's so perversive. I work to write the words that you splurted. I certify my lines for the workers. There was a time when I lacked a purpose, but now we get to work and conversing verses.
So what we reppin'? It's Night Movements, the cruise ship land, bowel movements, about endorsement, about investment. The cruise useless. We see through this. So what we reppin'? It's Night Movements, the cruise ship land, bowel movements, about endorsement, about investment. The cruise useless. We see through this.
ha 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 ha. Some nice movements. What we reppin'. Thank you, because I'm so gangsta and shit. If you knew me. Do you know me? If you don't know me by now, oh, maybe you should be listening in a few more times, because then you would know me. I'm so not gangster. I have tried my hand at rap, though. A little bit of hip-hop. I'm not sure I can pull it off. I'll just stick to a little singing, huh? Okay. Speaking of nothing, I've got Scott Parker pulled up, and you can search for him all over the Googles. Keianh. Keianh. Look him up. I'm going to play one of his spoken words right now, and you're going to listen, and you're going to enjoy. I'm going to play the Tinderbox. I don't know the quality of this one. Some of them are a little quiet, so hopefully you can hear it. I can't play it through my usual system because I can't download it. So I don't think I can I? No, it doesn't seem to. So I'm just going to play it from SoundCloud. If you want to check him out later, you are welcome to do so. Like I said, search for him on the Googles. He's on SoundCloud. He's on Facebook. He's all over. Oh, and for your Halloween reading pleasure, you should order his book, My Favorite Letter is H. It's a dark comedy, as he says. I'm not sure about the comedy, but apparently it is. So you have to have a sense of humor in the darkness, I suppose. My Favorite Letter is H by Scott Parker. Check it out. You can look for that on Amazon. I'm sure you could go through his publisher, though I don't know who he used. So, whatever you prefer. But here we go. The Tinderbox, spoken word by Keianh, also known as Scott Parker.
First and foremost, this is not about you. This unbridled storm takes an aggressive posture. How many stories have begun such as this? There in the half-light, you see, there was a girl I knew once. You might call her my dream girl. Untouched by thieves, nostalgia born of a letter. Well, that bad, bad love. That which dwells within a heart's strange fury, lingering with the Mayday fires. Of salt and ash, the bones of these branches, their burden slowing the gloaming hours. At the crossroads in the absence of your heart, while the vapid air is full of empty promises, stirring the deadfall, lapping waves are licking at my shackles, rushing deep, unable to breathe, and shaking. Misery's fine gestures are ripe and wanton, though I let love in. Yes, when memories become lies, love makes me laugh, while all along the stage, love calls out to you by name. In the meantime, I thought it best to cling to your precious sentiments and abandon tea leaves. Though I've wandered from the proper path, the tranquility of sunlight, raised with tender care, reminds me of you. You're a doll born of flesh, by definition a winter lily, wild at heart, yet refined when necessary. You've quite a spell about you, a sassy, passionate thing, who isn't afraid to shake things up. Well-spoken and spontaneous, one who flirts with disaster, just salsing top to fin, only to wave it off coolly. You feel the innate impulse to create and encourage others to grow beyond themselves. You, who simply longs for something more. You stroll in and light up the room, but you don't burn the joint to the ground. Though smoke may follow beauty, she who was born a dreamer respects the small, fascinating beauties of this world under the boughs of admiration. I needed a girl like you, who's into the macabre and not concerned with deep pockets. One who enjoys dark comedies and a well-put-together melody, both tragic and somber in its rendition. Well, that and the occasional amble into the wilds. She who finds the art of the natural order striking in all regards. On summer nights, I will hang my head low, for she made me a sailor, the captain of a sinking ship, cleverly named, swallowed by the waves. While in that virgin haze, a fate I couldn't escape if I wanted to, when the hunger for your touch is little more than I can bear, you gave away the secrets to your heart. So I'm brought back to imaginary demon arms around me after the loss, pretending that I'm loved. It's maddening wondering how I could wish that you might come back to me. Of all your nowhere words, talk of the far-off, ancient forever, cryptic as Indian prayers, such mantras palpitate within the rhythm of this heart muscle of mine, as it is bleeding even dreams in the civil twilight, cradling what's left by love and demented flesh, all rough as this will is, liturge. The golden stitches of your hair, those fond advances, that stretching road ahead lit only by the dreamy stars' light, as the bodies above are sinking low. Had a dream that you were here, but love's no pretty thing. Tell it again with the history of romance. Time is an occasional dream, signing up for passion with my poisoned sentiments, aided by this caustic tongue. I, your angel love, it's something you'd certainly kill for who wouldn't die to the bell of the ball? Please tell the promise to my heart. I wish my love was the nameless pain of the tears you seldom see, a hush of wild violets, lost somewhere deep in this torso, my bag of bones, blanketing with pitch the pockets of clouds hold each of our wishes that didn't quite make it to the moon. It's any wonder my heart's a complete fool, just a coward, such a card. I'll love her and always will. I have missed her now that she is gone. Well, we'll all be strangers in the end, sleeping beneath the steely yawn of the sea, there within the tinder box. And who am I kidding? She's pure fiction off somewhere, sipping tea in a courtyard, a library, in a foreign country, just watching clouds cross the path of the moon.
All right.
Foremost,
So, I just played it again. Whew, hello. Yeah, so that's Keon, aka Scott Parker. Check him out. Do add him on Facebook. Do Google search his name and find all the lovely things that he does. Do check out his book, My Favorite Letter is H. And speaking of books, I'm an author. Didn't you know? So here's my bit of shameless self-promotion. I've written a book. It's called Old Soul's New Coat of Paint. It's poetry. It's my poetry. It's 60 of my poems. And I'm going to read one for you because it is entitled Ghosts. And it's kind of a true story. So it relates a little to the celebration of the dead. It relates to the creepiness of the current Halloween celebration and the fact that ghouls and goblins of all kinds are to roam tonight. But, yes, anyway, here we go. So, Ghosts. By me! Heidi Rose. Thank you. Okay, Ghosts. Sickening rainbows of childhood. Bright. Care Bears. My Little Ponies. Plastic. And plush full of crushed children. I fashioned their homes from cardboard boxes as my home continued to shrink year to year. When I saw the translucent maid hovering between the kitchen and the living room, her arms held out, to help or be helped, I dropped the broom and ran, sat on a paint can waiting for what could not arrive in the driveway. My parents moved heavily, like sponges steeped in buckets of dirty water from the car my father kept clean, ignoring me. Dun dun dun! Yeah, I saw a ghost. I saw a ghost. And I probably looked like I saw a ghost after I saw a ghost. I was 9. I was 9 and I was living in a house that maybe was servant quarters at one point in time. Yeah, I saw a maid. I saw a figure standing in the doorway. She was holding out her arms. She looked like she wanted to say something to me, and yet I could see through her into the other room. It was a pretty intense moment for a very shy, secluded 9-year-old who didn't have a whole lot of exposure to scary stuff. I mean, I remember like hiding under this blanket watching the Disney movie Watcher in the Woods. I was scared of that. And that one's not even that scary, really. I mean, it's maybe a little a little bit of a thrill. No, it's not scary. It's not scary. It's a little freaky, but not scary. Maybe a little intense for a 9-year-old. I'm not sure, but maybe it was because I had already seen my ghost that it scared me more. I don't know. But in any case, good. Did you enjoy that? Are you enjoying my show tonight? You should let me know. I would love to know. You can add me on Facebook. You can search for me under Heidi Rose Vandola. And I am also on Instagram, Heidi the Rose for Vanity, _ in between each word, Heidi the Rose for Vanity. So you can search for me on Instagram too and see some stuff. I also post about my show being on, and I try to get submissions through Instagram, through Facebook. You're also welcome to email me if you have anything to share. I'd be absolutely willing to put you on the air. I love my artists. They love me too. I know. Darn it. If you would like some love and to be loved, and to give love and all of that, peace and love. I'm a bit of a hippie. Peace, love, and granola, thank you. If you would like to, please submit something to me. Give me a YouTube video link. Give me a file to a poem that you've written, or link me to it online, and I would be happy to read it. This show is called Winging It for a reason. It's unscripted. I don't do a whole lot of planning beforehand. I did print out that little blurb about Halloween. So if you tuned in a little bit earlier, then you heard me badly discuss All Hallows Day and why we do this Halloween thing in the first place. And if you look into it yourself, you'll see that the traditions were definitely taken from the pagan holiday. Those crazy Catholics and their obtaining of pagan tradition. It kind of makes me think that Catholicism is pagan. But I don't want to be offensive to anybody who might celebrate Catholicism. I'm just saying. It's just one of those things. Okay, so we've done some Scott Parker. Thank you, Scott Parker, for being wonderful. He's got so much stuff out there, and he's immensely talented, and possibly a little off his rocker, but we love him, of course. Oh, on Instagram, there was a gorilla looking at me. National Geographic, thank you. Of course I follow National Geographic. I love National Geographic. Who doesn't love National Geographic? Beautiful pictures, wonderful articles about the world and nature and such. Yes, indeed. Oh, and it's okay. You know what? Somebody just commented to me, and I do want to say, don't worry so much if the poetry goes over your head, especially since I'm reading it to you, unless you obsessively listen to me reading it over and over, or you check out the web pages of the poets and look at it. You may not get it upon first read, and it may not all sink in, especially since poetry, it's every word could mean something. Every word could have a metaphor. And you may not know exactly what the artist or the poet is saying at first. Same goes for art that hangs up on the wall. When you look at it for the first time, you may not get a whole lot out of it, except that maybe you just like it. Maybe you just like the color. Maybe you like certain brush strokes or whatever it is. You just like certain things about it. Something calls you. Something about it you like. Same with poetry. There's something about the rhythm or the word or the way it sounds that you like. And that's okay. You don't have to love it all at first. I think because I have read so much of it, and I spent a lot of time on thepoetsanctuary.com, which is a wonderful place if you'd like to start reading and writing some poetry to check out, because it's, a lot of it's amateur work, but there are a lot of talented poets out there, and they want to share, and they want to be read, and they want to be appreciated. So if you would like to be one of those poets, and you would like to share the love, then please travel to thepoetsanctuary.net and hang out there for a little while. I used to hang out in the critique section as I moderated there, and I have an eye for critique a little bit. I think, I mean, I'm biased, I suppose, in what I view and what I like and all that thing, all that stuff. And excuse me, sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at once. I definitely have a bias, but you know, I tried to help people elevate and whatever. And you don't have to take anybody's advice for your own poetry. You can be a stubborn poet and believe that your way is the best way and write however you would like. And it may be true. You may be birthing a new movement in poetry. Who knows? But critique is what it is. It's just seeing it in a certain way and giving advice if possible, and maybe, you know, seeing certain things that maybe you didn't like. Maybe there is no beginning, middle, and end, or maybe there is no real end, or maybe that's what you meant. And everybody just says, "Oh, you can do whatever you want." But you know, it's all a little bit of taste, really. It's about taste and what you prefer and what you like to do. But we can critique, and we can offer a critique. Especially if you've written a lot of poetry and you kind of know the journey that you take when you're writing and sort of how you see your own. I think it's important to artists to be able to accept critique, but you don't have to. Okay. So now I've gotten another comment. Thank you for listening, by the way. I appreciate it. You're going to write a poem that has no meaning and watch people try to figure out what your poem means. Well, let's take a look at that. Sometimes artists and poets maybe don't really mean to mean anything. They're just writing a bunch of words down. They're just throwing a bunch of paint up on a canvas. But that doesn't mean that it's not going to be meaningful to someone. Someone's going to see something in that is meaningful to them for whatever reason. Either they read it on a really bad day, and so it's going to represent that day forever, or maybe something just like, I went to the art museum with somebody I loved, and I saw this piece, and I loved it too. I didn't know what it meant, but it means something to me now because of who I was there with, looking at it. You know, your personal experiences are brought to art. So yeah, sometimes things are meaningless. But poetry is kind of generally written, I think, to mean something, to represent something, generally. But then again, it's also just a celebration of the language, too, of the rhythm of words, of the sound of those words and things. So it doesn't always have to be like full of depth and meaning, but oftentimes it is. There's something behind it. So yay, thank you for bringing that out of me. I'm sure everybody wanted to know what I thought about that. Good. So I haven't read this poem for a while, and I'm going to because it's now one of my favorite poems ever. And it's written by Lauren Roble, who is an acquaintance of mine, a very talented writer and a long-time writer. He's been around for some time, my darlings. And yes, Lauren, he's a good person. He does good things. All right, so this is his poem, Emptied of Joy, and I'm certain that you've heard it before because you've listened in before. And for those who are listening in for the first time, thank you. And I'm going to read this poem for you because it's amazing, and I hope you love it too. Emptied of Joy. The squeeze bottle of golden joy for dishes is to be found upended on the left side of the kitchen sink, as it is always possible to squeeze one last bubbly portion from a visibly empty container. The short newspaper notice included the photo of golden curls and compassionate eyes in bubbly portions. It talked of her childlike nature, not a euphemism for a simpler consciousness, but praise of curiosity and empathy that never flags. The church bulletin mentioned a lifelong partner, gone so soon after Mommy and Daddy in rapid succession, and little more is said of her unexpected end. This seems an apropos week for the squeezes to yield little more than a bubble, not even any caked soap on the side of the nozzle, But then again, what week of late has offered any remnants from the wrung-out cleaning supplies? We must put joy on the shopping list. It has become all too evident what happens when it runs out unexpectedly. Ugh! Do you see? Do you see what I'm saying? We must put joy on the shopping list. We must always remember that. Don't worry. Be happy. Be positive. Put that positive life out there, and positivity will find you as well. And you can call it karma. You can call it what goes around comes around. But as much as you can. We all lose it. We all have to face things that are not so positive. And maybe we don't do such positive things to face those. I understand that. Look at this world. There's so much crazy shit happening in this world. Excuse my language. Luckily, this isn't Clear Channel. But honestly, there's a lot of crazy shit happening. And we have to deal with that. And we have to deal with our emotions involved with all the things that happen to us. And it is possible to lose it. It is possible to lose it and lose your cool and dive into the darkness and the negativity. But I welcome you all to join me in coming back out. And make sure, not only do you put the joy on the shopping list, but you go out and you get it. I'm going to leave you with a song like I do. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And if you're listening during my YouTube recording, thank you for listening to that as well. And I shall leave you with I'm going to leave you with Spirit Well. Peace and love. Well, of course, I was going to leave you with Spirit Well, but of course, I'm having technical difficulties and I'm about to break down again. Damn it. It's okay. It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be okay. And I'm still going to play some Spirit Well, because here, I'm back. Hi, I'm back. Sorry, right? Of course. Technical difficulties right there at the end. Yay, love it. But I'm still going to play Spirit Well, because I promised to. And I'm going to play parenthesis, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.